but one of the key things is this realm of attention. And that's giving attention back to the person and a sincere appreciation for who they are in the moment. And I'll give you some examples how this has propelled me forward in my career. The parking was really expensive in Vancouver. I'm sure it still is. It was like, $30 a day or something like that. But that was like in 2011. So it was like, $1 million today. And it was just really expensive. And so I occasionally would drive my car in, but normally I just take the bus and stuff. And after a few months of being at that office, I actually drove my car in and I parked. And there was a gentleman in the parkade who was from South Asia. So I believe he was from India, or no, Pakistan. And he was an older gentleman, and he was just sitting there, and like we would smile, that awkward smile where like you don't talk, like you know them, but you've never actually uttered a word. And so after like, a couple of times seeing this guy, I eventually just said like, hey, I'm going to give this guy some attention because like it's just lonely in the parkade. Like you can't see anything. Like he said at the front gate. And I said, what's your story? Which is my favorite line. I don't say, what do you do? But I go, what's your story? Tell me. And then within whatever they say, I'm just going to drill down on that. And he said, oh, I'm just here because like my grandkids have moved to Canada and I'm just trying to get a little extra money because my pension from Pakistan isn't high enough to like, pay for everything or whatever. I said, oh yeah, tell me about Pakistan. And it turns out that this dude was like a super high ranking like general in the Pakistani military and had like this really interesting career and had done a bunch of wild stuff. And so we like chatted for like half an hour, which I didn't expect. I just wanted to say hi and just kind of be friendly. But at the end, he said something like in broken English, of course, I'm paraphrasing, something like, oh, like no one says hi to me. Like I appreciate your time. And so we became like best friends immediately. And in that conversation, he said, oh, there's actually a parking spot and like where his gate was. And there was like cones were in the way. It was like for like security vehicles and stuff like that. He goes, listen, he's like, if I'm here, he's like, I'll just like, if that spot is open, you can just take it. So like, just always wave at me and like, I'll guide you in. And so for like the 2 years or whatever that I was at this office, I got free parking just because I gave that person attention. And I've got many examples and like I would bring him food and stuff. And we had a good relationship for the time that I was there. So it was reciprocity. I didn't just take advantage of that. But the key there is that just because I gave that person attention, which is rare, it's rare for people to get that, and compliments where compliments were due, genuine praise when it was appropriate to do so, that propelled me socially and it's put me in good positions in general. And I have good relationships with almost everyone I engage with, even the people I dislike, because I can still appreciate them where credit's due, and I can learn from them what not to do just as much as what to do. So it's you can talk to anyone at any time and give them that attention. And it's like, it's gold. It's the currency that everyone wants. Everyone wants that attention, including me.